Going right now to New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who is joining us to let us know exactly what he's seeing. Sir, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Headed to the ferry, getting ready to get on the boat to head over to Staten Island to let that borough know that they're not the forgotten borough under this administration. It's windy out here. We're just asking New Yorkers to just ride this out and stay home.
And Mr. Mayor, it seems like a lot of people are doing that, and especially with this storm hitting on the weekend, a little easier to do. But are you hearing about any concerns across the city, any points of emphasis that your crews are really attacking right now?
No, not at all. And I had a briefing this morning with the team, FDNY, DSNY, NYPD, EMS, Transit. We just got together and made sure we had the coordination that's needed to deal with a storm of this magnitude.
Do you think one of the things that's been on your side is it's a lot of hours of snow, and you have so many snow plows? Sanitation has just been out there going over roads over and over and over again, trying to keep the snow over to the side. And, you know, the goal has been passable, not blacktop, we heard the commissioner say. Is that one of the things that this has been something that you just have stayed at it over the hours?
You know, if there's one thing that I can say really impressed me during the first snowstorm and this snowstorm is how committed the men and women of DSNY, how they are just committed to this. I was just blown away, even when they were dealing with a 20% of manpower out due to COVID. They said, we have to do this for New Yorkers, and they're doing it today. The plows are out there, the salt is out there on the road, and the streets are passable, and they're doing it in layers. They're professionals. It's about blacktop coming probably tomorrow, but right now we want to make sure the streets are passable for the buses and emergency vehicles.
And Mr. Mayor, when you talk about the buses, and we just spoke with Jenno Liebert a few moments ago, and he mentioned that the subway service, other than the Rockaway, is basically up and going as you predicted it would be, and that's one of the benefits of living in New York. But how important is that for people who do have to make it to work today or get around the city?
It's crucial because, you know, this is a 24-hour, 7 days a week city, and that's why they have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week mayor. But we don't shut down like other cities. You know, for the most part, we keep going. We still have to have the delivery of goods and services. Supermarkets must open. People need to have our hospital facilities. And many New Yorkers that keep the city running, they use public transportation. And so having our system keep running and operating, we know there are some shortages citywide, but there's not a shutdown. And they're doing an amazing job. Thank those employees with the MTA.
And you're headed to Staten Island. Have you heard of the situation, or do you have an idea of what the situation is there? I know at last check it was like 7 or 8 inches of snow. I would imagine more now. But what is the scene that you expect to find on Staten Island?
I'm not sure. That's why we're taking the ferry. We want to take the ferry over because we want to encourage people to use public transportation, and we just want to do a visible inspection and make sure we're getting it done the right way. And sometimes people tend to forget about Staten Island, but I'm not going to do that. They're part of this great city. We are 5 boroughs, and I'm going to be a 5-borough mayor.
Yes, sir. You were doing something on camera earlier today. Can you tell us where you'll be going after Staten Island? And if people want to check in on you and see how those places are you posting some of those video selfie reports where people can see them?
Yes. When we leave Staten Island, I had to go do my civic duty, so I won't get a summons. I have to shovel my snow. I'm out to Brooklyn. I'm going to shovel my snow, and there's an elder on the block that I normally shovel her snow as well. And I encourage other New Yorkers to do that. Those who are elderly or for whatever reason they are shut in, we should be there, shovel for them. Help FDNY by shoveling around fire hydrants, do your crosswalks. Those little things go a long way. And I just want to really see New Yorkers just do what we do best, and that is help each other during times of storms or times of crises.
It's what we do best. Mayor Adams, anything else to tell people as you get ready to take the fantastic Orange Ferry?
Well, they should look at my my Twitter account. I'm going to list my best Netflix and Showtime movies. And I'm going to try to recall some of my best hills where I had my snow rides as a child. So
good.
I'll keep them active.
Well, Mr. Mayor, me and my kids are headed to Prospect Park later this afternoon. So I know
invited?
That's of course, always. He knows it well. I know he does. Now I have to ask you, what's on this list? Because a lot of people are thinking right after Eyewitness News, of course, they'll maybe check out Netflix. What's on your list?
Well, there's a great Netflix documentary I saw about it's called The Black Godfather. It's an amazing story of a person who's part of the music industry and other industries. And there's a few other good ones. I'm a TED Talk guy also. There's a great TED Talk that I love on the health and food and good food. And, you can also sit down and enjoy the my great book, How Not to Die.
That's the book that made you a vegan. Is that correct? Right?
That's right.
So you're trying to keep people inside, glued to Netflix, binge watching, just not out on the street. Now, Governor Murphy told me he likes soup as his comfort food. What is your go-to today?
Oh, man, I put together a nice little stew made up of veggie noodles and some mushrooms and chickpeas and other items. That's nothing is better than soup during cold weather.
Yeah,
right
after the shoveling in Bed-Stuy. I agree. That's going to warm you right up.
I don't know. Rob Marciano's trying to get Lee Goldberg to do his, so maybe he could head over there after he does that. Help you out.
Love it. Love it.
Mr. Mayor, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for keeping us posted, letting people know that what they need to do is continue to stay inside.